tena bhunjita ma gridha kasya svidanam. Amuk Sharmaham Brahmananda Brahmana Ravindra Ramlogan नाम है ब्रह्मानंद ब्राह्मण मन से में है मन से उत्तम मन से इति श्री श्री शुक्ल पक्ष चतुर्दश हरि ओम इति श्री चतुर्दश तिथि इति श्री पौष नल संत अगस्तिन नगर ट्रिनिडाद देश वेस्ट इंडीज खंड अटलांटिक सागरे इति श्री अंत्येष्टि सार कर्मा करिष्ये अमुक यजमान च पृथ्वी हिरण्य गर्भे दक्षिणा ऋतया प्रतिगताम श्री महासंकल्प्यभ्यो नमः. Everyone, please chant with me for a moment the Mahamatra, Mahamantra. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare. Please lift your voices with me. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. सबको Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. The only comfort you will ever have in this life, in life or in death, in joy or in sorrow, in pleasure or in pain, and under all conditions of your life, the only comfort you will have is the name of the Lord. Yoginam ape sarvesham madgatena antara atmanam sraddhavam bhajate yomam same yuktam homatam antakale chamamaeva smaranam mukta vyakalevaram ya praiti sada mam bhava yati nasti atra sambhava. For the name of the Lord, when you chant it, will be your companion in your final moments, which will be your loneliest moments that you will have. When you alone will face your master, when the final breath is about to leave. Therefore, the Gita says, chant the name of the Lord, take the name of the Lord. Always embellish the name of the Lord on the threshold of your tip of your tongues, and you will have light in the here now and the light in the hereafter. Whatever you do in this life, never ever in this life ever be without the name of the Lord on the threshold of the tip of your tongue, because you will need Him and you will need His companionship. Hamme paar karo, Prabhu paar karo, bhav sagar mere naiya, hamme paar karo. Hamme paar karo. Because that is the time you will need Him to be your companion. So once more, take the name of the Lord with me. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Please take your seats. Thank you. Govinda Krishna. Om Radhe Sham. Once more this morning, on behalf of Savi and the family members, I welcome all of you to their home at this time. And I invite you to share with them in a peaceful, in a blissful, in a thoughtful, and a prayer-reflected moment. While you sit there, one thing which must be uppermost in your mind, that a day and time will come when we will also have to take our exit from this world. Just as there is life, there is death. But we must understand this. Life and death are coeval with each other. One of the greatest teachings of Sanatana Dharma, it teaches us that when we are alive, to accept death as a natural feature of our human existence. A natural feature of our human existence. To accept death as it is. My philosophy of life is very simple. I have a very simple philosophy of life. That is, it is my understanding of death that a day will come that I will die. I'm standing here, but a day will come. I will be in the same position. This body of mine will be in the same position. And it is the acceptance of that from now and the understanding of death from now which gives credence, credibility, and meaning to give me a better understanding of life and to give me a better grip of life so that I can live a more effective life now and at all times. And this is what this moment means. This moment is not so much for Ravi, but this moment is for you. It's for you to sit there and think carefully when I do this ceremony, your understanding of your life. The blessings of the Lord be with you. At this time, I will invite the Kirtan group to sing one beautiful bhajan, during which course of time I will ask Savi to pay her final respects to her husband Ravi. She will give the sindoor and the coals back. She'll put a chandan, she'll put a mala, and she will offer a arti. Please, with hands clasped, let us join in the beautiful bhajan.
Govind Hare, Gopal Hare, Jai Jai Prabhu Deen Dayal Hare. Govind Hare, Gopal Hare, Jai Jai Prabhu Deen Dayal Hare. Govind Hare, Gopal Hare, Jai Jai Prabhu Deen Dayal Hare. Govind Hare, Gopal Hare, Govind Hare, Gopal Hare, Govind Hare, Gopal Hare, Govind Hare, Gopal Hare, Jai Jai Prabhu Deen Dayal Hare, Jai Jai Prabhu Deen Dayal Hare. Govind Hare, Gopal Hare, Jai Jai Prabhu Deen Dayal Hare. Jai Ram Hare, Ghanshyam Hare, 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 Jai Jai Yashomati ke Shyam Hare, Jai Jai Yashomati ke Shyam Hare. Govind Hare, Gopal Hare, Jai Jai Prabhu Deen Dayal Hare. Govind Hare, Gopal Hare, Jai Jai Prabhu Deen Dayal Hare. Govind Hare, Gopal Hare, Govind Hare, Gopal Hare, Jai Jai Prabhu Deen Dayal Hare, Jai Jai Prabhu Deen दीन दयाल हरे गोविंद हरे गोपाल हरे जय जय प्रभु दीन दयाल हरे हरि ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय हरि ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय हरि ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमो नारायणाय 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 हरि ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय हरि ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे ओ कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे हरे ओ कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
Very softly under my voice, Mahamantra, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Very soft. My dear devotees, so I have made Savi offer her final farewell. And now I have come to this point where I will commence the actual ceremony. To do so, the 5 individuals who are here, Ravi's daughters and his nephews, who have asked to conduct this ceremony. I know some of you may be thinking, why have I included the daughters? Very simple. Because they are entitled to do that. And I have given them the permission. So now with your hands clasped, let me chant this mantra. Om Pitruganaya Vidmahe Jagat Dharani Dhimahi Tanno Pitru Prachodayat. Om Ishavāsyam Idam Sarvam Yat Kincha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tvaktena Bhunjitaha Ma Gritha Kasya Swidhanam Lokabhiramam Ranaranga Dhiram Rajiva Netram Raghuvanshanadam Karunya Rupam Karunakarantam Sri Ramachandra Sharanam Prapadhe. Let us begin, Betty. Take this flower, put it by the head of your father. Take that flower, child, put it on the chest of your father. Take that flower, son, put it by that hand for me. Take that flower, son, put it by the next hand. Ravi, put that at the center of the 2 feet. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Tarpan. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Bring the pinda for me. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The one pinda with the kyatra and the match.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hold this in your hand.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Don't play any tabla. Just let him sing.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
My dear devotees, I have offered the first pinda. For those of you who may not be familiar with this, the tradition of Hinduism, when someone dies, when the ceremony commences, the very first thing is done. We believe in the Sthan Devta. Those of you who know the Sthan Devta. The Sthan Devta, some of you wrongly refer to it as the D Baba. I don't know what is D. I know it's Sthan Devta. When Ravi would have built his house, you have dug the first hole. And in that first hole, you would make offerings to the earth, Dharti Mata, and the spirit and the consciousness of the earth, which is referred to as Sthan Devta. And that Sthan Devta, today, before he leaves, the family again pays respect to it and asks that may he live in peace, may he live in a happy moment, and may he live with the love of this property, this family, this community, and everyone here. So now, I'm going to offer Tarpan. And in offering this Tarpan, the children have to face east. So put it more in the center. No, right back. Come this side. All of you will touch hands. Give her one pinda in her hand. As you know, as Hindus, put the flowers in it. As Hindus, we offer Tarpan Puja. Tarpan Puja is the offering of special mantras to the Pitris. That today, by the grace of the Pitris, we make salutations to the past, to the present, to the future, that wherever the Atma of Rabi will go, and also for the disposal of this corpse, the Jeev, we make pratna for this. I ask all of you, your relatives who have died, remember them now. All of you, your relatives who have died, remember them now. Whether we are Hindus or we are not Hindus, remember your embrace. And offer a word of prayer. Offer a thought of love. And remember them in a loving frame of mind. Share with them a moment of love. As I make these offerings, you will offer the pinda when I tell you, child, at the root of the kush grass. Om Pitru Ganaya Vidmahe Jagadharani Dimai Tanno Pitru Prachodayat Pitasya Pitri Deva Tarpanam Maya Divadishatam Om Pitru Devaye Bhyo Nama Om Pindadanam Samarpayami. Say Om Krishna Arpanam. Rest it right at the foot of the kush grass. Brahmane Tripyantam. Om 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 Vaishnave 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 Tripyantam. To the north now. Open your palm hands. Open your palm. Open your palm. Put this here like that. To the north. Bend it like this. Om Rudrasya Tripyantam. 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 To the south now. Om Yamaya Tripyantam. 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 Hold your hand just like that. Om Deva Pitri Tripyantam. Om Mata Kul Pitri Tripyantam. Om Pita Kul Pitri Tripyantam. Om Sarva Kul Pitri Tripyantam. Om Sarva Bandhu Pitri Tripyantam. Om Sarvasra Pitri Tripyantam. Om Sarva Pitra Tripyantam. To the south now again. So. Om Mahamata Pitri Tripyantam. Om Mahapita Pitri Tripyantam. Om Prapitama Pitri Tripyantam. Om Bharata Pitri Tripyantam. Om Sarva Pitri Tripyantam. Om Aryamaya Pitri Tripyantam. And now to the south again. Taking your father name. Om Pritasya Pitri Deva Tarpana Maya Tishtatam. Om Pritasya Pitri Deva Tarpana Maya Tishtatam. Sarpa Pitri Tripyam. Om Pritasya Pitri Deva Tarpana Maya Tishtatam. Sabkul Pitri Maswadha. Pritasya Pitri Deva Tarpana Maya Tishtatam. Sabkul Pitri Maswadha. Take your father name. Om Rabindranath Ramlogan Shraddhe Trip Yandham. Tat Sat Namaha.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama.
My dear devotees, just 1 second, sir. I would like all to please stand. I'm about to offer the pratna for the blessings of all. For the blessings of Ravi, for the blessings of his ancestors, and for the blessings of all your ancestors. Today, Malini has offered the first Pinda and the first Tarpan at the feet of her father, which is where it should be done. And now I will offer prayer to Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, to accept this Tarpan that you have offered and to bless your father accordingly. Om Anadhi Namo Deva Shankra Chakra Gadadhara Avyaya Pundarikaksha Preta Moksha Prado Bhava Atasi Pushpa Sankasam Pitavasa Sama Achyutam Ye Namasyantu Govindam Nate Samvidyate Bhayam Om Krishna Krishna Kripalo Tvam Agitam Gatir Bhava Samsara Arnava Magnanam Prashida Purushottamam Narayanaya Surasreshta Lakshmi Kanta Janardanam Anena Tarpena Nata Preta Moksha Prado Bhava Om Itar Kritam Yad Vishnu Tarpena Sri Mahavishnu Pritostu Hari Om. May the Supreme God be pleased with the rite of the Tarpan which we have performed. O Lord Narayan, foremost of divinities, consort of Lord Vishnu, consort of Lord Lakshmi, Lakshmi Mata, Lord of men, please grant release to the departed soul through this rite of Tarpan. O merciful Lord Krishna, who art the savior of the helpless, have mercy upon those who are drowning in this ocean of birth and death. O Lord, those who worship you, O Govinda, of dark hue garb in yellow silk, for them there is never the fear of death or anything. O imperishable lotus-eyed Lord, wielding the conch, the disc, the mace, may it please thee to grant liberation now to this departed one. Om Anadi Dhimamo Deva Shankra Chakra Gada Avyaya Pundarikaksha Preta Moksha Prado Bhava. Put the flowers at the foot of the Kushras. Touch your hand to the Pinda. Touch it to your forehead. Krishna Arpanam. Take up the bucket with your hands. Take up the pot. Rest it at the feet of the casket. Right there. Nice. May all be blessed. Please take your seats. And now, as I commence this ceremony, I invite our distinguished singers to please offer a couple of bhajans until I'm ready for you to continue, all to Bhagwan Krishna. Come, Malini.
छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल चोटो सुमेरो मदन गोपाल छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल चोटो सुमेरो मदन गोपाल छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल चोटो सुमेरो मदन गोपाल आगे आगे गैया पीछे पीछे ग्वाल आगे आगे गैया पीछे पीछे ग्वाल बीच में मेरो मदन गोपाल बीच में मेरो मदन गोपाल छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल जो तो सुमेरो मदन गोपाल। काली काली गैया गोरी गोरी ग्वाल, काली काली गैया गोरी गोरी ग्वाल, श्याम बड़न मेरो मदन गोपाल, श्याम बड़न मेरो मदन गोपाल। छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, जो तो सुमेरो मदन गोपाल, जो तो सुमेरो मदन गोपाल। छोटी छोटी लकुटी छोटे छोटे हाथ, छोटी छोटी लकुटी छोटे छोटे हाथ, बंसी बजावे मेरो मदन गोपाल, बंसी बजावे मेरो मदन गोपाल। छोटी छोटी लकुटी छोटे छोटे हाथ, बंसी बजावे मेरो मदन गोपाल। छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, जो तो सुमेरो मदन गोपाल, जो तो सुमेरो मदन गोपाल। छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, जो तो सुमेरो मदन गोपाल, जो तो सुमेरो मदन गोपाल, जो तो सुमेरो मदन गोपाल।
स्वामी नारायण हरि ओम, स्वामी नारायण हरि ओम, स्वामी नारायण हरि ओम, स्वामी नारायण हरि ओम। परमात्मा अंतर्यामी, परमात्मा अंतर्यामी, परमात्मा अंतर्यामी, परमात्मा अंतर्यामी, स्वामी नारायण हरि ओम, स्वामी नारायण हरि ओम। परमात्मा अंतर्यामी, परमात्मा अंतर्यामी,
All please stand.
तू ही सुख दे, तू ही दुख दे, तू ही सुख दे, तू ही दुख दे, तेरे चरणों में अपने चारों धाम। हे राम, 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 हे राम। तेरी दया जिस पर हो जाए, तेरी दया जिस पर हो जाए, बन जाए उसके बिगड़े सारे काम। हे राम, 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 हे राम। मोहमया के बंधन छूटे, मोहमया के बंधन छूटे, जो भी जप ले मन में तेरी नाम। हे राम, 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 हे
बोलिए श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय. For those of you standing, if you wish to sit, please do. For those of you who feel you would like to remain standing, please do. I will appreciate that very much. My dear devotees, my dear brothers and sisters, my dear children, friends of Rabi and colleagues and so on. Today, you sat here and you witnessed the honoring of, some will say Rabi. Some will say that we as Hindus worship the dead, the deceased. That's the furthest from the truth. But in our ceremonies, we pay respect to all the life-giving forms and energies that are still embellished in this corpse. So, I offered Tulsi to sanctify the pran that is still present. I placed that at the lips by the nostrils. I offered Tulsi on the eyes. For through the spiritual eye and the awareness of energy is still there, I've offered Tulsi on the heart and the chest. For all the organs in which life may still exist in, I've offered Tulsi twigs at the two hands. The hands of man which did so much, and the hands which is the symbol of thought, expressions, and all things in life. May I sanctify that. And I've offered Tulsi at the feet with every step. we are drawn closer to God. I put gold on the eyes, gold on the chest, gold on the hand, to enrich for all of us the value of life, the value of life. And then each one of the children, they offered a pinda in their hand that made his corpse never leave empty-handed. They offered the tarpan on it, and they offered one on the right hand and one on the left hand. That wherever he will go, in the spiritual world this moment, he will be accompanied by some form and some attribute of nourishment that will once more create and format life. And then we place malas and we offer the prayer. And now I want to offer Gita Path Puja. Sit down, Sabi. Sit. That may the word of Bhagavan Krishna be heard in the heavenly regions, on the earth, in Patal, and this moment here. As a Hindu, we believe that in the brain of Rabi, at this time, although the body has gone into samadhi, deep sleep, in the brain, the life, the jeev still exists. Those of you who look at Vedic funerals on YouTube and all these different things, you will see at some stage, they take a bamboo or they take a mallet, saying the proper prayer, and they crack the skull. Only then is the energies released. So while that energy of the jeev and the atma of this individual who we call Rabindranath, while he is in a deep slumber called samadhi, that energy still exists in the brain. So I chant the Bhagavad Gita, that hearing this, I give it another opportunity to go to the abode of Hari. Please join your hands with me. Hari Om. Shri Ganesha Bhagavan Bhyo Namo Namah. Shri Saraswati Devi Mataye Bhyo Namo Namah. Shri Guru Charana Kamali Bhyo Namo Namah. Shri Radha Rani Devi Mataye Bhyo Namo Namah. Gita Shastra Idam Punya Ya Pate Preta Uttamam Govinda Paramavanopi Bhayashako Vadhi Vrajrita Gita Sugita Kartavya Kim Anya Shastra Vistaraha Ya Swayam Parmana Bhashya Mukha Padmar Vinisrita Malini Mokanam Pumsama Jhalasnanam Dhine Dhine Sakrit Gita Snanam Sansara Mala Nasanam Harinam 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 Kevalam Kalo Nasti Nasti Eva Nastir Gatir Antaraha Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Parasevanam Vandham Dhasham Archam Sakrit Atma Nivedinam Ekam Shastra Devaki Putra Gita Ekam Devo Devaki Putreva Eko Mantrasya Namami Yani Karmapi Eko Devasya Tasya Seva Hari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaye Namaha put the flowers in your father's chest. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevayebhyo Namo Namaha. 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 Om Japakusankasham Kaspayam Mahajutim Aditya Devtayebhyo Namo Namaha. Om Dhartarim Sarva Papanam Pranami Tusme Surya Devayebhyo Dhari Shankartu Shirabhum Shirenu Samapram Kumaram Shakti Hastam Tam Mangalam Pranamyam Priyango Kalishe Rupinam Pratimam Bhudam Somyam Soma Gunopitam Tam Buddham Pranamyam Deva Namscha Rishi Namcha Guru Kancha Shanibham Buddhi Bhutram Trilokasham. Om Buddhir Bhutram Trilokasham. Om Arishtani Pranashanti Dhuritani Bhayani Cha Shanti Rastu Subham Rastu Grihana Sanvantu Mangalam. Iti Sri Navagradevta Shanti Padbhyo Namo Namam. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Nirarmaya Sarve Bhadri Pasranti Ma Kaschid Dukbhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Bhadrang Karnavihi Sunyam Deva Bhadrang Pakshamyakshi Vijatare Sthiryangastu Shwasanta Vishtami Deva Hitayam Yada. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvatra Sadike Sharanye Trambike Gauri Narayana Yeti Namasade. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Pitru Ganaya Vidmahe Jagat Dharani Dhimahi Tanno Pitru Pracho Dayata. Om Sri Pitra Sadhe Bhagavan Ki Jai. Ram Naam Satya Hai Yahi ko Gat Hai. Ram Naam Satya Hai Yahi ko Gat Hai. Ram Naam Satya Hai Yahi ko Gat Hai. Om Sadagati. Om Sadagati. Sadagati. At the feet of the Lord this moment, I commit this moment the mortal remains of Shri Rabindranath Ji, the mortal remains of all that is present here now. And may he enter this world of the ancestry, and may he enter the world of the spirit, complete his journey back to Nitya. And if it is that he has come back, then let him and this body and the energy and the ash and the elements and everything else recreate life for the welfare and the well-being of another being. Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat. God bless all. Please take your seats. My dear devotees, my dear blessed children of God, Sitaram to all of you. This morning, I have offered all the requisite prayer and given all the blessings that the family shall appease the life of their father and husband, grandfather, uncle, whatever. And in so doing, to ask God to so forgive him for any trespasses that he may have caused, and to allow him free passage into the next world. In this life, my dear devotees, in this life, it is very important to understand this. We have become so preoccupied today in this world. We have become so preoccupied today with our lives and our daily activities and our daily actions and everything else. That we have forgotten to give priority to life and the fullest meaning of life and the truest way in which we should live life. I want to say this to you, and I want you to understand this. Life gives you an opportunity to use every living moment and the ability you have to serve God. To serve God. And it's only if you understand to serve God, only then can you truly serve yourself. But we have become so selfish. We have become so self-centered that we seek to serve ourselves first. And we don't give importance to the one primary aspect of our life that we should always give importance to. And that is the relationship we should have with God in every moment of our lives. We don't want a relationship with God when we have died, Of what good is it then? Of what good is it then to have a relationship with God when you die? It's worthless. It's worthless. This is why with every moment of your life that you have to make your life and make living worth living. Worth living. This is why you pledge each day to do good with these hands. This is why you pledge each day to say good things with the lips and the tongue. This is why God gave you this hand and this body to bring goodness to others, that they will understand the virtue of life. Bring goodness to others. Don't destroy people's lives. We need to tell Putin that in Russia. Huh? We need to tell those people who came on the train line when the young lady begged on her knees, "Don't kill me." And they snuffed her out. We need to tell people that they have the ability, the efficiency, the intellect to use life effectively, to promote a better world, a better living, a better standard of living, and a better life. When you do these heinous things, you leave a legacy of pain and suffering that you are responsible for. You don't understand that when you do these ignoble things, and when we perform ignoble actions in life, we don't seem to understand that we destroy our own selves. We destroy our own selves. Before we can destroy someone, we destroy our own selves. This is why every day this country has 3 watchwords: tolerance, discipline, and production. But I tell you this, we need to change that. To understand life, to live life, and above all, to bring meaning of life to people. This philosophy has nothing to do with religion. I believe in humanism. I believe in the good of the heart of every human being. And I believe that my life the Lord gave to me is meant for me. And I have committed myself, and the Guru my very close family who are here, Mr. and Mrs. Mohan, we have committed our lives to bring to people a message of the goodness of the human existence. Today I stand before the corpse of Ravi. Very humble, very simple, very loving person. The message of his life was always bring a smile to people's lips. Never mind. When you see him most of the time, he has his fingers like this with his companion, I always say, Ravi, throw it at the boy. Say, in time. But you know what? How do we remember Ravi? In a world that is bitter, in a country that is shocked with grief and sadness and fear that has gripped this country. There's so many things. Today, we still have to remember, and I want to leave you with this. We still have to remember, and we still have to understand today. Leave a legacy of goodness. Leave a legacy of kindness. Leave a legacy of love. Leave a legacy of understanding. And leave a legacy in your life that you will always be remembered. Always be remembered for the goodness of your heart. The goodness of your heart. My dear brothers and sisters, I thank you all for listening to the few words that I've shared with you this morning. And now, there are some addresses to be done, a eulogy, whatnot, what have you. But before I come to that, I just want you to take out the Hanuman Chalisa to sing after the eulogies and so on. I would like you to sing the Hanuman Chalisa. So, I now hand over to Ravi, together with which other relative will continue until you hand back to me.
Sitaram, Namaste, Assalam Alaikum. Good morning, love and light to all. My name, as Panditji would have mentioned, is Ravi, nephew of Uncle Robbie, Rabindranath Ramlogan. Uncle Robbie, affectionately known as Docs, was born in 1959 to loving and caring parents, Chankapasad and Molly Ramlogan, in San Francisco settlement, Chickland Village. The family consisted of 5 sons and 3 daughters. 2 of his siblings are now deceased, Ramesh, known as Uncle Va, and Auntie Dude. Uncle Robbie stood out at a very tender age because of his complexion, his light complexion. So much so, a neighbor in the village, Uncle Baiju's wife, gave him the illustrious title, Dr. John, from whence came his nickname, Doxy John. His early education found him attending Prisal Government Primary School. He went on to learn a trade and eventually found himself a job for a prominent company in Central. We also remember one memory from Grandpa, Chankapasad Ramlogan. He spoke about one of his fondest times with Uncle Robbie as he was growing up. One day, little Dr. John left home as a little boy and found his way to his father's office. Chankapasad was a boss at the time, and he was a bit dark in contrast to his very fair little son, Robbie. So up came this little white-looking fellow with no slippers in a government office, asking for the boss. Nobody there knew who the visitor was, nor did he tell them, only to realize when Grandpa came out, to his surprise, was his dear son paying him a visit. Everybody was shocked, asking, "Chan, we cannot believe that is your son." Later, as he grew older, into his 20s, he met the love of his life, Savita. They married and had 2 beautiful daughters, Rehana and Malini. As a father, as an uncle, and later on, as a dedicated grandfather of 4, he was always so fun-loving, had a good sense of humor, never missed a joke, kept the family together. He loved everyone, and everyone loved him. Although he moved to St. Augustine, he would faithfully take his family for drives back to Chickland and Waterloo, where he would look for his friends and relatives. Both our families went on countless excursions to the beaches, beach houses, Tobago, Margarita, Miami, and even to the Queen's Park Savannah for a cool Sunday picnic. Who could forget Carnival Tuesday morning? Was a traditional family outing when Uncle Robbie was fired up to leave home early to get a good spot under a tree and set up a tent before anybody else could come down. So much good times. Eventually, over the years, my mom and dad, and Uncle Robbie and Auntie Sav was the closest 4 people you could ever find. He walked with charismatic footsteps. He had an infectious smile, and everybody knew him for who he was. His love for family was seen on many occasions. One such time, his father was ailing for a period, and Uncle Robbie stepped in and took his parents to live right here at his home. He got a nurse to provide help and never once shirked his responsibility, his unconditional caring as a family man. Uncle Robbie was a beacon of light for all of us. Personally, he was always there for me growing up. I could never forget very early on in life, I underwent a complicated surgery, and him and Auntie Sav always were there for my family. Even when I got into a very serious car accident, without hesitation, he picked up my father and was on the site in a matter of minutes. He was a man you could depend on. Some gave him the name Headmaster, as he carried that title with a sense of pride. People around knew him to never mince his words. If he liked something or did not like something, you could be sure to find out. He also gave his best to his job. He worked county, what we know as Tunapuna Regional Corporation, until his retirement in 2019. For those who did know him well, he was always busy, making sure he did his household duties. He took several renovation projects to the home. He loved to cook, pick up and drop off his grandchildren to school, report for duty at Modern Electrical, and also in all of this find time to take care of 2 little birds to which he was gainfully occupied. Uncle Robbie had a special bond with Uncle Bain and Auntie Vids, as they would come to realize he was as reliable as humanly possible. His loyalty and care went beyond the workplace. They shared many memories, both in Trinidad and abroad. The families were close and remains like that because of his unwavering humility and appreciation to them. Docs was a true devotee of Sri Hanuman. He was always able and ready to assist in whatever way he could. Sanatan Dharma was not just his life, but his family as well. He drove the van on many occasions for Ganesh Utsav, as he maintained his dedication to the temple. He would also invite friends and family to puja at home, where he observed all the religious festivities over the years. I want to say at this time a heartfelt thanks with a deep sense of gratitude to those who were by his side for the past few years. His medical battles have been ongoing, but every time he had a procedure, he would bounce back. He was resilient. His turnaround was truly amazing at times. However, his ailments eventually grew rapidly and took over. Thanks to the love and care of his brother-in-law and sister, Indra, for the support going to the hospital on early mornings, the late nights, the home visits, to his family, his daughters, Malini, Rihanna, and Auntie Sav for their strength and patience, with special mention to the son-in-laws, as they knew and understood the duty of a daughter to a father and was always cooperative and available to offer any help. To all other family members, aunties, Auntie Indra and her family coming in from abroad, uncles-in-laws, neighbors, friends, and co-workers, we say sincere thanks for your presence, your time, and for reaching out at this point over the last few nights. I want to also recognize here today Uncle Nat, a man who has been by Uncle Robbie's side in good times and always. He drove them to the beaches. Sunday evenings was a time to relax. In speaking with Uncle Nat, he revealed to me just this week he was planning to take them to Blanchy Shares this weekend, but did not mention it as yet. Thank you for all that you did, Uncle Nat. Thank you to Auntie Diane and her family, Auntie Vids, and all others for the preparation and organization for the last 5 nights. It has not been easy. Everybody knows the effort, but it takes a lot to make it happen. Uncle Robbie was certainly loved, appreciated, and cared for here. To Auntie Sav, also called Childsy by Uncle Robbie. He used to call me that too. You know that as a family, and by extension, the community, all of us here, we are here, we stand with you all, to lend a hand, to be present in whatever capacity, to ease that pain, to offer a shoulder to lean on. We are here, and we will be there whenever needed. I appeal to everyone here today to continue to check in, to call, to say hello, pass in. Your presence is what will make a difference. The death of one man can impact so many lives, such that we must remember and provide counsel and healing to those grieving. Sometimes a face may show a simple smile, yet deep down inside, a heart is yearning with sadness. Uncle Robbie left us on that morning of Tuesday, February 28, 2023. Today, we say farewell and thank you, Uncle Robbie, for the memories. Our lives will never be the same. We know that you are no longer in pain, and every new day is going to be a challenge moving forward. We miss you so much already. We love you. Sleep well. I know if you could speak one more time, I know what you would have said. This poem is dedicated to Auntie Sav and the girls from Uncle Robbie. I Never Left You by John Connor. I watch you every day. I'm always very near. I know deep in your heart you realize I am here. I watch you while you sleep in your bed at home. I hear you when you speak to me when you are on your own. You cannot understand the reason why I have gone, but I will never leave you. I am there to keep you strong. Talk to me, I hear you. Though you may not see, we share an unbroken bond that will always be. Death won't keep us apart, for our love is forever. Just remember me in your heart, and one day we will be together. Live your life and live it full. Don't waste a single day. Remember, I'm always with you every step of the way. Ram Nam Satya Hai. I will now call on his eldest granddaughter to say a few words, Bella.
Sitaram, good morning. Looking at all these faces this morning, I can clearly see how special my Nana was and how many lives and hearts he touched. My Nana was someone to look up to, someone to be proud of, someone to love, and someone who shared the most love. He was full of all the wonderful things in life. In his life, he was proud of his many achievements, but his biggest and most special were his children and grandchildren. From the time my Nana became a grandfather, his world changed, and his happiness was dedicated to making us happy, just like he made my mommy and auntie happy when they were younger. Nana was extremely hardworking his entire life and was determined to leave a mark, to which he surely did, but I'm sure we can all agree the biggest mark he made was how much he touched all our lives and filled it with love. Nana's love for my Nani will be everlasting. He loved and adored his Sav. His days started with calling out to her every morning and ended with bidding her good night. Their love stood the test of time. I'm sure we all have so many vivid memories of his playfulness and the way he exuded love. He will always be remembered. It's hard to imagine our lives without him, but we will hold on to the memories we made with him forever. Sleep in peace now, Nana. You're with the angels now, exactly where you belong. We miss you and we love you.
I would now like to recognize our Member of Parliament for St. Augustine, Ms. Amin, who will say a few words.
Thank you very much, Ravi. Sitaram, everyone, Pandit, Savi, members of the bereaved family, co-workers, friends, fellow villagers. Sitaram and good morning to everyone. I think Ravi did such a beautiful job in the eulogy. You really shared what I know Robin to be and went further into the joy that he brought into the life of this family. I first met Robin years ago when, as counselor for this area, you'd be in the area visiting complaints and so on, and I came to attend to a complaint with a drain in the back. And he came out and he was sharing with me, what's going on in the area and so on. And he didn't ask for anything for himself or his family. And he always said, Khadija, when you're in the area, drop in, man, you must pass in and lime a little bit. But he was always doing something. He used to work at the Tunapuna Regional Corporation, but they will work very early and then we will go in later for meetings. So it's very rare we would bounce up in the corporation. But anytime I pass and I happen to stop, he's always doing something. The birds, the renovations, he always in some renovation. And he said, come and see, this is what I'm doing, and he show you, and he always excited. But as a young person who was a counselor, I said, well, what does this man want from me as a little counselor, He didn't want anything. That was just his way. And I got to learn and understand that. And I got to know his family, his sister, his in-laws from next door, everybody. And that family togetherness, you could always see it. And in times like these when, death comes without warning, sometimes we have so many things going on with crime and criminal elements and murders and so on. When you lose a loved one, we reflect not on their death, but on the life we shared with them. And just as in the eulogy, we could have heard about the trips to Chiklan, driving to the beach, spending time in beach house, wherever it is. There's that togetherness, and that is what you live with after. So how we die, we have no control over. Pundits will always tell us, to die, we have to die. We are never ready for death. But the life that we have now, and how we share it with those we love, and those who love us, is what will live on. And knowing Robin the way I knew him, in a way I tried to always take a positive out of every negative. And I said to his daughter last night, he was sick and he would get better and so on. But to know Robin, the full of life person he was, to know him sick and lying down on a bed is not the Robin you know. And I am grateful that the Lord took him and didn't let him suffer and languish, Even though we know death would have to come someday, I am grateful that I encountered Robin in my journey in this life. His positiveness, and when I say Robin, I mean his family as well. Because you were always, everything was centered around family. So today I pay tribute to Robin and the joyful person he was, always joking, always doing something. And I just want to ask everyone who knew him to take the opportunity in your own life to cherish those around you, to do things with people who you love, so that the memories of family will live on. Whether it is a good or a bad event, whether it's a wedding or somebody gets in an accident, family and togetherness is so important. And in these times when we have all the challenges around us, family is even more critical. And sometimes family could mean people who are not your blood family, but they become family along the way. And some of you in this audience this morning, you are family to Robin because of how he operated with us, with all of us. May his soul rest in peace, and my condolences to Savi to the family, to the girls, his memory will really live on. Thank you, Sitaram.
So, as I come to the end, just to tell you one or two things very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The shaving will be on Tuesday, the 14th of March. And 15th, 16th, Friday the 17th will be the Bandara. So please bear this in mind. In closing now, when I say the final Shanti part, before I do this, I will ask my brother to sing the Hanuman Chalisa. And then I will invite all of you to come in a very orderly fashion. I'm a man, I like to have things orderly, peaceful. I don't like people rush me. I don't like people rushing. I like everything to be done as dignified as possible. I pride myself on these things. So I will invite section by section to come and file pass here and return to your seat. When this section is finished, I will invite those of you in front of me there, and then those of you on the outside. Please try and be as quick as possible so that we can get this over with. So I thank you all very much on behalf of Savi, the children, for coming this morning to express your love with them for Shri Raviji. I thank you all on their behalf, and I'm sure that during the course of the next week, you will have the opportunity to visit the home and to once more express your love and your thanks. It will be remissive of me if I don't recognize Mr. Mohan, who is here, and to ask him if you would like to say a few words. Please.
Sitaram, and good morning to everyone. As was mentioned in the eulogy, Rabindranath, or Robbie as we call him, was a close friend, we consider him a family member and an employee of the Modern Electrical Group. So on behalf of all the employees here from Modern Electrical, I would like to say to Robbie, thank you very much for being a good soul, and I hope that as you progress to the heavens, that we will remember you as a loving, as a kind, and one of the simplest persons that you can interact with. Thank you.
Now, the Sri Hanuman Chalisa.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुरु सुधारी वर्णो रघुवर विमल जसु जो दायको पलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जान के सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरऊ कलेश विकार सियापति रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। राम जी से राम राम कहियो, कहियो जी हनुमान जी। राम जी से राम राम कहियो, कहियो जी हनुमान जी। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीस तेहु लोक उजागर। राम दूत अतुलित बलधामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन वरन विराज सुवेशा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजय, कांधे मुंज जनेऊ साजय। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। ओ राम जी से राम राम कहियो, कहियो जी हनुमान जी। राम जी से राम राम कहियो, कहियो जी हनुमान जी। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए। रघुपति की बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस्र बदन तुम रोजस गावै, हस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहीसा। जम कुबेर दिगपाल जाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके काते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव कीना, राम मिलाय राजपद दीना। ओ राम जी से राम राम कहियो, कहियो जी हनुमान जी। राम जी से राम राम कहियो, कहियो जी हनुमान जी। तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। युग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेरि मुख माहि, चल दिलांग गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम देते के। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज समारो आपै, तीनों लोक हाकते कापै। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। ओ राम जी से राम राम कहियो, कहियो जी हनुमान जी। राम जी से राम राम कहियो, कहियो जी हनुमान। नासय रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै, मन क्रम वचन ज्ञान जो लाव। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन पल पावे। चारु जुग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चितना डरई, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटै मिटै सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बल बीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाही। जो सत बार बात कर कोई, छूटई बंदी मासुक होई। जो यहाँ पर हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास वास सदा तेरा, जय नाथ हृदय मा तेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति रूप, राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
Darshan of Hanuman ji be with you all. I don't know who originally sang it in that tune, but I do know that for the past 15 years or more, I've played the Hanuman Chalisa on my radio programs every Tuesday morning. The voice of Anil Beam, who I have the recording of him singing that. May his soul rest in peace, a great bhakta of Hanumanji. The Hanuman Chalisa is one of the most beautiful prayer for us as Hindus. Whether you know this or you don't know it, let me tell you this. The Hanuman Chalisa is our book of Psalms. Please understand this, all of you here. The Hanuman Chalisa is our book of Psalms. And if you know the virtue and the value of every verse of the Hanuman Chalisa, there is nothing that you cannot solve in your life by simply continuously chanting those verses of prayer for that particular verse. Nasai rog hare sava pira, japat nirantara Hanumata Veera. You say that for all illnesses that you have. Dhur gam kaaj jagat ke jete sugham anugrah tumhare tete. To face each day, when you say, I don't know how I'm going to face this day, huh? I want to run away and leave. You immediately get the strength and the courage to face every moment of life. May His darshan be with you all. I thank you all, and I invite all to please stand. Kindly stand. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Sarvesham purnam bhavatu. Sarvesham shanti bhavatu. Hari Om. Om Trayambakam yajamahe Sugandhim pusti vardhanam Urvarukamiva vandanam Mityurmukshimamamritata. Om Shanno Mitra Sham Varuna Shanno Bhavati Aryamam Shanno Indro Brihaspati Shanno Vishnu Urukramam. Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayu Tvam Eva Pratyaksham Brahma Ritam Varishami Satyam Varishami Tanman Avatu Tar Vaktaram Avatu Avatu Mam. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namaha Govindaya Govindaya Govindaya. God bless. And now, I will ask my brother to sing a few beautiful bhajans. Please take your seats, and immediately I invite those of you standing in front of me to please file pass and pay your final respects. Thank you. Thank you, Andy.
Check. 1, 2, 3. Check.
Check it, check it. 1, 2, 3. राम रहीम को बचने वाले तेरे पुजारी रामा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा। राम रहीम को बचने वाले तेरे पुजारी रामा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा। तुम्हें हो गीता, तुम्हें रामायण, तुम्हें हो वीर पुराना। तुम्हें हो गीता, तुम्हें रामायण, तुम्हें हो वीर पुराना। तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा। तुम्हें हो ब्रह्मा, तुम्हें हो विष्णु, तुम्हें हो अंतर्यामी। तुम्हें हो ब्रह्मा, तुम्हें हो विष्णु, तुम्हें हो अंतर्यामी। तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा। तुम्हें हो रामा, तुम्हें हो कृष्ण, तुम्हें हो शिव महेश्वर। तुम्हें हो रामा, तुम्हें हो कृष्ण, तुम्हें हो शिव महेश्वर। तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा। राम रहीम को बचने वाले तेरे पुजारी रामा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा।
रघुवर 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 तुमको मेरी लाज। कंदन दुख भंजन जन के, अध कंदन दुख भंजन जन के, यही तिहारों का, यही तिहारों का। अध कंदन दुख भंजन जन के, यही तिहारों का। हो तो पतित पुरातन कहिए, हो तो पतित पुरातन कहिए, पार उतारो जहाज रघुवर तुमको मेरी लाज, ओ तुमको मेरी लाज। रघुवर 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 तुमको मेरी लाज, तुमको मेरी लाज। पतित उदाहरण पिरद तिहारू, पतित उदाहरण पिरद तिहारू, श्रवणन सुने आवाज, श्रवणन सुने आवाज। पतित उदाहरण पिरद तिहारू, श्रवणन सुने आवाज। तुलसीदास पर कृपा कीजय, तुलसीदास पर कृपा कीजय, भक्ति दान देहुवाज रघुवर तुमको मेरी लाज, तुमको मेरी लाज। रघुवर 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 तुमको मेरी लाज, तुमको मेरी लाज, तुमको मेरी लाज, तुमको मेरी लाज।
Krishna Krishna, bolu Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, bolu Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, bolo Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, bolo Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Krishna Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Krishna Krishna, bolo
कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो